Okay, look, if your payment has gone up on your house, we really need to talk about this. I saw this video and I'm going to play it for you real quick. I'm going to play segments throughout this thing because it's kind of important for everyone to understand and know, why would a payment change? If you got a 30-year fixed rate, why would your payment change? So let's go into this video and check this out.
Okay, so here's something they will not tell you when you buy a house.
So first she says that this is a deliberate thing, like we will not tell you this before you buy a house, and that's not the reality. The reality is we actually don't know what the future will be. So it may be that your payment goes up, it may be that it doesn't, but let's keep going.
So when I first bought my house, my mortgage payment was $1,151. After my first year living in that house, they raised my mortgage to $1,579.
So here she's saying that her payment went from $1,151 to $1,579. And I mean, the only reason that could happen is due to an escrow adjustment. So why do escrow adjustments happen? You know, taxes and insurance, pretty much. She's not going into the major details. Let's keep listening, but it's probably an escrow adjustment.
I was under the impression that my mortgage payment would literally never change, but I was wrong.
Okay, so now she's saying she was under the impression that her mortgage payment would never change. And that's interesting. That should not be the case. Guys, if you don't know, mortgage payments change. Every single year there's going to be an escrow adjustment and it's going to change. Taxes go up, insurance goes up, maybe taxes go down. Whatever it is, payments change. Do they change by $400? Sometimes. Let's keep going. I'll explain how.
So here's what happened, and I'm going to use example numbers. So let's say there's a house and the value of that house is $20,000.
$20,000, the value of a house? Where is this girl living? What year is this? What is going on?
Because the value of the house is so low, that means that the property taxes are also going to be significantly low.
That is correct. If the tax assessor assesses the valuation of your dwelling at, $20,000, then you're going to be taxed on $20,000, which is like nothing.
So let's just say the property taxes are only $500 per year. Okay, now let's say an investor comes in and rehabs the entire house, puts everything brand new into the house, boom.
Okay, so the example she's giving is about property taxes where there is a flipper basically that comes in and remodels a house that was before only worth $20,000.
Now it's a beautiful home. And now the value of that house is $150,000.
Okay, now the value of the house is $150,000. You know what? Here's the deal. You can't raise the value of a house from $20,000 to $150,000. Can you buy a house for $20,000? Yes, you can buy distressed properties. There's all types of situations where people are in distress. That's negative stress, and they choose to just give it up and give it away. Or maybe a tax lien sale where you acquire the whole property for $20,000. So can you raise it from $20,000 to $150,000? No, you can buy it for $20,000 and then you can sell it for $150,000, yes, but if it's worth $20,000, then you can't bring it up to $150 in like 99.9% of the cases.
Okay, now because the value of the house went up, that means that the property taxes are also going to go up.
Okay, so this is interesting. So she's saying that because of the property value going up, the property taxes go up. Well, kind of. Let me explain how it works here in Florida. So when in Florida, if someone bought a house and now they have it up for sale, let's just say they bought it 2 years ago for $200,000 and it's appraised by the property appraiser at $200,000. You're getting taxed, or they're getting taxed on $200,000. But then let's just say the market goes crazy like it did in the last 3 years, 4 years, since the pandemic. Then what happens to your property taxes? Well, first of all, let's look at what happens with the value. That house could probably have doubled. So now it could sell for, $400,000. And what is the tax collector going to do? They're going to say, well, it's worth $400,000 because you bought it for $400,000. Let's increase the value that we are assessing you as. And they do assess every single property every single year in Sarasota County, and it's January 1st of every single year. So now you have this sale that shows that it's worth $400, even though the prior owner was only paying based on the value being $200. So now what's happening is that the taxes go up. Yes, and what happens when the tax bill comes out? there's not enough money in the escrow account. That's the bottom line of this conversation. There's not enough money, and the mortgage company says, okay, well, look, we've been saving, let's just say that it went from $1,200 to $3,600. Okay, let's just say that's what happened. So $1,200 is $100 a month. $3,600 is $300 a month. So what they did is they've been saving money. The mortgage company has been billing you for the mortgage based on the assumption that your tax bill is going to be the same as the prior owner, which was $100 a month. So they, out of your payment of $1,100 and whatever, $50, $100 went into the escrow account specifically for taxes. Then the new tax bill comes out, and the new tax bill is $3,600. And they say, whoa, hold on. We did not collect enough. We were supposed to have been collecting $300, but we only collected $100. We need $200 for every single month that you didn't pay. But we're going to give you two options. One option is that you just pay that whole amount up front right now that you owed. And from here on, we're going to collect $300 a month. Or what we can do is we can lay it out for you. We can make your life easy so that you don't default on this loan. We're going to lay out the payment plan. So now that $200 a month, let's just call that $2,400 in arrears that they need to catch up on. And then for the future, it's $300 a month. So they need to catch up on $2,400 that they lay out over 12 months. That's $200. And then now for the future, it's $300 a month. So they need to collect $300. So they add this to this, and it's $500 a month instead of $100 a month, which is $400 more per month. So this could be what she had gone through. Now, most likely what she actually went through is that not only that happened, but also insurance probably went up a little bit, and that's just normal. The cost of repairs and remodeling and the insurance claims and all that keeps going up. And if she's in Florida, forget about it. That definitely went up because we had Hurricane Ian and we had a lot of roofing scams that really raised everything. That's a different conversation. So what she's not telling you is that she chose the payment plan method instead of coming up with the money. The other thing she's not telling you is that she didn't do the research on how this stuff works, which is important for you to do because you're the one investing your money. Now, is it the lender that should have explained it to her? No, but the lender could have explained it to her. Is it the real estate agent? No, that's not what real estate agents do. That is to predict the future of what could happen. That is not our job. However, I do like to explain this. Every time when we're at closing or when we're going over the numbers, I always say, listen, this is what it's collecting, but it's gonna go up because right now, and this is one thing she didn't touch on, right now you're gonna be taxed on more than the old owner is. And the reason is, two reasons in Florida. One is the values just seem to keep going up. And second is that we have what's called homestead exemption. Before I talk about homestead exemption, let's see what else she's talking about.
So now the property taxes are $2,000 per year instead of $500. And this is what they did not tell me.
Oh, okay. So she's saying that her increase was basically $1,500 per year. It went from $500 to $1,500, which is only like what, $120 or $125 a month increase. Then she needs that's for the future. Then she needs to catch up on the past, another $125. That's only $250 a month. And then I bet you anything that her insurance went up as well. Let's keep going.
So basically, I believe it's every single year they come and do an assessment of your house.
Okay, yes, they do come in every single year and do an assessment of their house, but they're not going inside and they're not changing the value that much.
And they say, what's the value of this house from last year to this year? And if your property has increased in value, they are going to increase your taxes.
Okay, yes, they are going to increase your taxes if the value's gone up, but also they will decrease your taxes if the values went down. We have this once in a while. We had this when we had the Great Recession. All my property's tax bill went down on those during those years. Could that happen in the next, 2, 3, 4 years? Yes, because our values have increased so much.
I am highly upset with the people who, my mortgage lender and my realtor, for not explaining this to me.
Okay, so she's upset because someone didn't explain it to her. Listen, here's the way I see it. If you choose to go to college and no one told you that you have a lot more homework than in high school, is that the professor's fault? Is that, whose fault is that? The administrative staff? Is that the application process didn't tell you you're going to have more homework? Listen, if you're going to go and buy an investment, it's your responsibility to do the work and figure out what exactly is going to happen, what could happen, and what should you prepare for. So yes, I understand that your mortgage payment went up by 50%, but it only went up $400. Now, okay, $400 is a lot to some people, okay? But it's only $400. And if your budget cannot afford $400, you need to start budgeting pretty well, okay? And if you can afford the $400, it's still, still a bummer, don't get me wrong. But that's part of owning a home. Things go up in value, and so does the roof when you replace it and the AC. Anyway, let's keep going.
And the reason why I'm so upset is because I would have been okay with that if they would have explained that to me and I was ready and prepared. But no, I just got a bill in the mail and it said a $428 increase due.
Okay, she didn't just get a bill in the mail. They sent notice about the escrow shortage. They sent notice that you have a chance to prepay a little bit. And also she got the notice from the county that the tax bill went up. Come on. Like, you were given more than just like a new bill that came out with the new payment, okay? There's more processes and steps ahead of time that happen. So read your mail, guys.
I believe the issue is a lot of the times, especially when it comes to young people and first-time home buyers, realtors and mortgage lender, whoever you're dealing with, they don't want to give you all the information up front because they just want to make the sale.
No, that is not true that people don't want to give you all the information up front. What is true is that it's your responsibility to do your due diligence whenever you spend your money. If you're going to go spend it on, cookies and ice cream all day, you should have the due diligence done, and that stuff's going to make you fat, all right? And if you spend your money on an investment, you should know exactly what could happen and how taxes work and how insurance works and what is the cost to repair. But unfortunately, people get all excited about buying a house, especially young people like this lady, and now they are in a situation where they don't know what to do. Now she's saying that, she's blaming us, and you should just take responsibility. Now, does this situation happen in real life? Yes, it happens all the time. So now be aware of it, okay? Let's keep watching.
They just want to make money, and I believe that is so unethical.
Okay, it's not because we just want to make money. We are in the business to, create an income for our family, yes, but we are here to represent you and what you are trying to accomplish. So you should have just done a little bit more research.
Because now I don't even want to work with you. Like, just tell me so I know and I'm prepared.
Okay, and I appreciate actually what she's saying, that now she doesn't want to work with these people because she feels duped, okay? I get it. So realtors, all realtors out there, make sure to talk to your clients about that the taxes go up. I mean, it's kind of common sense, but I guess we got to remind people. Taxes go up, guys. So let me talk about homestead exemption, because this is particular to a few states and Florida is one of them. So the state of Florida incentivizes people to make Florida their domicile, their primary residence, that they are now a Floridian. Driver's license, voter registration, the whole shebang, right? They want people to have kids here and go to school here and so on. So they incentivize people by reducing the taxable value on their property. So here's what happens. You buy a home, let's just say your family, or let's just say a family moved to Florida in 1990 when they were 25 years old, and then they purchased a property for $100,000, and that was a nice property back then. And then they raised children, and the kids moved out, because they're already 33 at this point, right? The kids moved out, and now the couple that purchased this home says, look, we are empty nesters. We have this 4-bedroom, 3-bath house that we don't need anymore. Let's downgrade, let's sell it. So someone else goes out and sees it for sale and says, oh, wow, this house, it's listed at $900,000. I like this house. And they don't know how Florida taxation works or anything. Like, okay, let's buy this house. So they buy it. The old sellers get their money and they're out of the picture. Now these new buyers are in the picture. And what happens is they looked at the principal and interest and they were okay with that. Then they got insurance quotes and they were okay with that. And then they looked at the prior tax bill, and this is the problem. They looked at the prior tax bill and they saw that because of homestead exemption, well, they didn't see the because of homestead exemption. They just saw that the tax bill was only, $1,500. And they said, okay, we can do $1,500. This house's taxable value is lower than all the other ones in this neighborhood. That's interesting. And they got excited by that. Well, what happens in the state of Florida, the incentive is this, is that if you live and make that your primary residence, then the assessed value that the county can tax you on cannot go up more than 3% per year. Plus, they give you a discount on how much they tax you on. Just they knock off $50,000 right off the top. So these people were getting taxed on values that over the 33 years, because we're in 2023 right now, over the 33 years, they were not allowed to go increase more than 3% per year. So they were sitting in a very nice place, only $1,500. And now the new owner purchased it for $900, and the assessed value went from the 100 plus 3% minus $50,000 as the incentive. So it was probably being assessed at like $200,000, and it went to being assessed at now $900,000. And if you do the math, that tax bill is going to be close to quadruple, close to 4x what they were expecting. That's what happens. So if you want to know how to calculate that stuff, write me a comment and I'll do a video on how I calculate it for our counties, how you can look up your county and all of that. But drop me a note. I'm not going to make this video unless you guys actually want to see it. All right. Thanks so much for watching.